vibes in the chest.
Who that? Say that they gon' do that. Stuff that we been doing. Making talented music. Making waves like pomade. 360 when tipsy. Kush, I push that to the side, cause I can't be too crispy. Half wake but wide awake. Vision clear but cloudy. Where would I be if I cared what they say about me? Who would I be if I cared what they say I did? Who would I be if I didn't live for my kids and they kids
And the kids,
Man, that's just the
deal now.
About to lock the summer down.
That's just how I feel now.
Can't say it ain't real now. Confirmation conversation on the way. About to
Pay for what I say.
I'm just selling knowledge you can get for free. Honestly, I don't think you old enough. Boss,
Trying to find me.
you ain't got enough weight to hate on me, homie. You just hate the fact that you're lonely.
Suck it up.
Chase the girls, nah, I'm barely take a leap of faith with some Nikes on my feet. Hit the BS with the James Harden step back. You can find me where the vibes and the checks set. I don't chase no girls, nah, I barely chase my drinks. Take a leap of faith with some Nikes on my feet. Hey, hit the BS with the James Harden step back. You can find me where the vibes and the checks
Got me feeling like
set.
security speed. Just lay down for the rock and speed. I'm stirring up the hot pop, crop, pop on stove tops on my fan PPs. It's a legacy. My team took off in the spaceship, shipwreck, landed on the face of the paper. The moon, I see make moon. True blue crew, singing Neptunes. Optimus mine, I'm on the penis. Man in the millions, really nice to meet you. Cruising in town with the Kool-Aid smile. But new sounds that I found through the speakers. Hey,
Slow it down now. Father God, I'm a proud child. Good life with the kids in the right. Dad said I'm the man now.
Dad said I'm the man now. My son looking like wow. True hard like a
Facelift and I raise it like an eyebrow.
Conversations about instrumentals, wanna crank the car and then crack the window. Gotta stay alive on 85 in these hard times. I keep it simple. Pen and pencil, mark up the page and check a calendar. I got rounds of days from the page to the stage to the way that I live every day. I ain't got no time to waste. Pen and pencil, mark up the page and check a calendar. I got rounds of days from the page to the stage to the way that I live every day. I ain't got no time to waste.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough.
My man let the whole song play and then said that's enough.
That's enough. Yo, what's up, man?
Man, you already know, boss. Hold up. Shoot.
Man, I want to welcome you and everybody else tuning in. I'll catch this now, catch this later. Welcome you to Live from the iNk Well. On behalf of Permanent Ink, man, I'm Trail. And today we have a special guest by the name of Mo Soose, all right? My dear brother, you know what I'm saying, out here doing big things. You know, this is our opportunity to shed light on, you know, some of the Carolina's finest artists and what they're doing as far as their craft, their business, their artistry, whatever it may be. You know, we just take that time for people to kind of see who's doing what's going on and to, you know, just get to know them a little bit, man. So welcome. We are glad to have you.
Thank you,
And,
brother.
you know what I'm saying?
Thank you so much.
It's just a pleasure. So how you been, man? How's everything been?
Man, I've been good, man. I've been living, you know what I mean? Like you know, taking care of family and
Yeah,
working and you know how that is, man. So I've
absolutely.
been doing good though. I've been
That's
all right,
good.
man.
No complaints, man. No complaints. I understand, man. Fam's good.
Yes, sir.
Good, man. Good. So, I always wanted to ask you this. I ain't never get a chance to ask you. Where did the name Mo Soose come from? Where the
Okay.
name Mo Soose?
Listen,
Tell us about
listen.
that.
Right. Okay. So coming up when I first started rapping, like there was a couple names out there. Like I was just naming myself anything, like whatever sounded cool, you know.
Yeah.
So I moved to Ohio when I was 17, and I was making music before that. And before that, I didn't really have a set name, but I got here, and after high school, I started performing. And I'm like, well, people, they don't know who I am, but I didn't want to go out as my regular name. So I'm like, I'm gonna come up with a name for myself. And I thought about what I could do when I rap, and I'm like, you know, I'm kind of like a gizmo, like, you know what I mean? Like your watch is a gizmo. Like eventually battery dies, watch don't work, you gotta go get a new battery. Like I'm a Gizmo, it don't stop.
Okay.
Like you know what I mean? So I started calling myself Gizmo.
Yeah.
And then I looked up how many people was named Gizmo, and I was like, like, nah. So I started going, Gizmo Soose, and I was spelling Soose like Dr. Seuss, and I'm like, copyright infringement. That's automatically that's
Well,
not
you
good.
was
That is
thinking
not good.
ahead.
Yeah. So me and Kirk, you already know Kirk. Shout out Kirk.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's fam, man. He big part, big part in what we do, man.
Yeah.
Um, Me and him were talking one day, and I was telling him like there's a lot of people named Gizmo, and then the whole Dr. Seuss thing, and me and him were talking about it, and he helps Kirk, and he tries to help. I mean, he comes up with a lot of great ideas, and he was like, man, we just need to come up. He's like, we need to come up with something that's as American as apple pie.
I feel it.
So we took Gizmo and Seuss
Yeah.
and came up with Mo Soose. Decided to spell Seuss Soose. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So there's no, but still okay. I still like Dr. Seuss is the guy. Like I like to rhyme. Dr. Seuss is like a master at that. So you know what I mean.
Right.
But still, y'all ain't gonna get me. I don't play that. So yeah, but we
I
was talking
feel
about that.
you.
We came
I
up with
feel
that.
you.
So that's Mo Soose came from, man. Names I originally had. I just
Word. Okay. Dope. Yeah, because I know we've done some stuff together. I always call you Mo, but I was like, where did Mo Soose come from? Where Mo Soose? I was like, is he like massaging? Like, is he smooth with it with the raps? Or like, is he muscles?
Nah,
I had all
man.
types of thoughts, man.
Just
But word, man, that's dope. That's dope, man. So for the people that's tuning in, and the people that will tune in later, just tell us a little bit about where you come from, man, and what exactly do you do? So we know that you're an artist and that you do music, but just give us a little bit more, man, of what you do as far as maybe your process of writing or recording or inspiration and just how you kind of came into it.
okay. Well, I'm gonna give y'all the whole. I'm gonna give y'all the whole shebang. My name is Mo Soose, 31 years old. I am originally from Columbia, South Carolina, 803. Y'all already know what's up. From 48, got it tatted on me. Um, Moved to Ohio when I was 17. You know what I mean? Always had a love for music. Always loved it. Started singing when I was 5 years old, man. My grandma put me on the church choir.
Hey,
And I
church
I
choir.
don't I don't even know if she knew I could sing or not. Like, I'm five, so I don't know. All I know
Right.
is I'm used to being on the choir stand. Then I got a little bit older. You know what I mean? Really started loving music. I probably wrote my first poem when I was like 7. I wasn't thinking about it like musically though. Like I just know I could make words rhyme. Then I probably wrote my first rap when I was like 13.
Okay.
Yeah. And after I wrote my first rap, I was like, you know what? I ain't never gonna stop doing this. I love it. And I remember the hip hop album that made me decide that I was going to be a rapper. Um,
Mm,
besides that though, I had a cousin named CJ, man. CJ, me and him, we grew up together, and he could rap. And I'm
okay.
like, well, this is my cousin. I see this guy almost every day. If he can do it, I know I can do it.
Right. Right.
I was just kind of like, this is a big cousin. He was cool. So
Yeah.
I'm like, man, like, come on, man. Like, I got to be good at something when I'm dealing with this dude. And lo
Thanks.
and behold, I could actually do it a little bit. You know what I mean? So I fell in love with it. The first album that ever made me say I'm gonna do music forever was the Word of Mouth album by Ludacris.
Oh wow. Okay.
I got a hold of that CD.
Wasn't
I got a hold of
expecting
that
that.
CD when I was 13 years old.
Word. Okay.
Yeah, and I had just got a CD player for Christmas, a brand new CD player, and a pack of batteries. And I can't remember how I got a hold of the CD, but I got a hold of the CD and I start playing it, and I couldn't stop. Like I
Right.
played this CD until the battery stopped working in my CD player. I put new batteries in until I was out of batteries. I just kept playing. I fell in love with the Word of Mouth album, man.
Word.
And that's when I was like, bro, I'm never gonna. I fell in love with hip hop. Like that's what really made me like. I was like, man, this is amazing. Like, and it's because I knew like, Ludacris is from, he doing his thing out of Atlanta. He's 4 hours away from Columbia. I'm like, this guy's right up the road. That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, why can't I do that?
yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's 13 is when I was like, I'm never gonna stop writing. 15 was probably the first time I ever recorded.
Okay.
I recorded with some homies. I was going to school with. I just recognized that I had talent.
Yeah.
So when I moved to Ohio, man, when I was 17. I graduated high school here, and after high school, started working. But I never lost my love for music. You know what I'm saying? I would always write. You know what I mean? And in the mean between time, I started going to I made a couple trips down there while I was working or whatever,
Yeah.
and would go to the studio and stuff. Me and Kurt, you know what I mean? But that was early, early. Like we had a lot. We was young. I had like one kid. I was 21.
I like
I
what?
was 21, bro. I was just like, hey,
Yeah.
hey, we doing whatever. We are doing whatever. You know what I mean? But it never you know what I mean? It just so much has gone into it. And it's just amazing, man.
Yeah.
Like you go from just having a love for it to it being what you live for.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like you recognize the other stuff is around, but this is your thing. You know what I mean? So it's amazing, man. So I've gone through a lot, man. Moves, like I said. I've evolved as an artist. You know what I mean? I just wanted to be a rapper at first, but then started realizing I don't want to sound braggadocious.
Right. Right.
But just a real I have a great voice.
That man can sing. That man can sing.
Hey,
Let me just
yo,
say, he
listen,
playing around. That man can sing.
I be acting up sometimes.
That man come up real quick.
uh,
Yeah, I was
no,
surprised,
man,
bro. I ain't even gonna front. I was surprised first time I heard it. First time I heard it. I think in the
man.
studio when we I don't know what song we did, but I was like, oh, like I think Kirk had told me. He had told me like, you know what I'm saying? Like he sing a little bit too, but I was like a little bit.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that honestly, like I said, I fell in love with hip hop, but I could always
yeah,
sing. Like it was, I mean, in my family, like on especially on my dad's side of the family, it's
right.
like if you can't sing, people kind of look at you like,
Yeah,
"You
yeah.
sure you sure this one ours?"
They
Well,
had you in the kids choir early though. You know what I'm saying?
oh nah, yeah, I wouldn't even know if it was a kids choir. It was some teenagers up there, but I was 5.
Nah,
My aunt and uncle was up there, man. You know what I mean? That's grandma said, go over there with them.
word,
We
man.
gonna find out if you can do something or not. So
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, man. But that's what it was at first. So I could always sing. Like to me, it was just kind of. I mean, it just came naturally. Like I said, everybody in my family can do it. I mean, I don't know if Kurt got the pipes, but yeah, yeah. I don't know if he got the pipes or not,
yeah. Well, it seems like
but yeah,
music is definitely in you within the family, man, and definitely in the background. So
always.
now that you're the artist that you are now, how would you describe, I guess your sound or your style? You know, in the best way that you could explain it for the people who haven't heard you or who do not know you. You know, how could you go about explaining that as far as like, you know, the best way to describe your sound, Mo Soose, you know what I'm saying?
My sound. Let me say this. I feel like if you're a true student of the game of hip
Hmm.
hop, or not even just hip hop, music, period. I feel like if you're a true student, when you listen to different artists, you're not just listening to enjoy. Like everybody, when you listen to music, you listen to enjoy.
Yeah,
Like it does something to you. So I really think like when you're a true student of it, like you learn from it and you figure out who you're listening to. their backstory and everything, and you pull influence from it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't feel like there's anything wrong with pulling influence from the music you love.
Yeah.
So I always try to how do I want to describe it? I always try to okay. Andre 3000 is one of my favorite artists of all time. Period.
Right.
Top three for me.
Rightfully so.
Top three for me.
Rightfully
Easily top three. And when I listen to him, you know, the man is good. Everybody knows this, but it's a learning experience, and that's what I took from listening to Three Stacks. Like when people listen to me, I want it to be a learning experience. Like I want you to hear me and be like,
yeah.
I want you to hear me and be like, okay, like he's saying something.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't want to sound like anybody else. I want to be myself all the way through. You know what I mean? And I feel like I pull it's like I'm Goku with a spirit bomb. You know what I mean? Pulling energy from everywhere. Like every time I write a verse, when I listen to a beat, like in my mind, like my voice stands out. So I hear myself rapping.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is so dope. But what would Nas say on this beat? How would Nas come at this beat?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, damn. Like that, you know what I mean? And I can hear how he might say something on the track I'm listening to. Before you know it, it's like Goku with the spirit bomb. I'm pulling in energy from Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole and just everywhere you got, and just everything I've learned, and now I'm putting it on the track in my voice. You know what I mean? And it's such a great feeling. Like I love it, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I respect that, man.
But and when you hear to people who've never heard me, it's kind of like I try to find out when I hear instrumental or whatever, if there can be an extra instrument. Like where can I fit in where I'm a blend in, but I'm still gonna stand out.
I like the way you phrased that. I like the way you phrased that.
It's kind of like if you're listening to a song and you hear the trumpets in the background doing their thing, but then it's time for a trumpet solo, and the trumpet just and it's like I feel like that's how it is when, you know what I mean, like my voice is the extra instrument, like the whole thing is a solo, but it fits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I try to, you know what I mean? It's extra instrument, man. Extra instrument. That's just how I don't know if that makes sense.
It does though, because I think that's a great way to look at it too for anybody who's recording and listening to instrumentals and being influenced and really getting into their craft and the song or whatnot. You know, you're able to. I really like what you said about making it an experience, right? And so when you were talking, I was thinking about how a lot of people may come at it from that standpoint. Of really just adding something to the instrument or adding something to the beat or the creation to where that when people listen to it, they're walking away with something, whether it's something they learned or something that they felt, in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, in my opinion, those are the two biggest things. What have you learned, or what did you feel? Whether it's about the world, whether it's about yourself, whether it's about your relationships, your finances, whatever it is. I think that part of music and that part of artistry in particular, yours, is very powerful. So I definitely understand where you're coming from with that, man. For real, for real. Definitely. Right. Definitely. Man, you're giving us some good stuff. You're giving us some good stuff. So,
I aim to please.
Moving on to the next question. Now, you've been in. How long have you been doing music? So, like, I guess how many years would you say?
About 15 and a half years, almost 16. I mean, the first time I recorded, I was 15.
Okay.
And I'm 31 now.
Okay.
So
you got some.
It's about 15 and a half, about 16 years.
Yeah. So you've been doing it for a minute. What has been one of your biggest accomplishments to this day?
Ooh. one of my biggest accomplishments to this day was, oh Lord, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Me being a person who grew up not really having a lot, like I had enough, but I didn't have the most. You know what I mean?
Understand?
Little things are big accomplishments to me.
Mm.
Like things that are
Say that one more
small
time.
to
Say
a
that
lot
one
of
more
people.
time. Say that one more time.
What, the whole thing or just the
No,
last
just
part?
the little thing. Say that one more time. Just need to.
Oh yeah, the little things are accomplishments.
Okay.
I don't think people understand that. Progress is progress, no matter how you look at it.
Mm.
As
That,
long
that,
as that, as long as that progress, as long as that progress is forward and it's not backwards
yeah.
or it's not stagnant, it's okay. You're
Yeah.
fine. There ain't no clock on this. I don't think people understand that. You put a clock on it, now you stressing yourself out and all like, hey man, nobody got time for all that.
Right. Right.
So, you know what I mean? Progress is progress. Don't let nobody discourage you.
Absolutely, man.
That's
Great way
just
to
what that
phrase
is.
that. Definitely a great way to phrase that. For anybody that's listening, progress is progress, um, no matter how you look at it, no matter the steps that are taken, as long as the steps are forward. I 100%
Yes.
agree,
The
man.
little things are accomplishments.
Yeah, it's the little
But
details make up
one of the
that big picture
greatest, yes,
for sure.
but one of the greatest things I accomplished, man, was probably, geez, actually, when we got our music online,
Really?
when we yeah, when we
Okay.
dropped when we dropped the first single on and it came out on Spotify, and I'm like, oh, people can type in my name and my face come up.
Now, for
I was,
everybody that's
yo,
listening, what
so
single is
geeked
that?
about it, man.
What
And then
single
got
is
the
that?
numbers. That single is Elite.
Elite, elite.
Elite, man. Elite. You can find it everywhere, I promise.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah. But that was one of my biggest compliments. I had done shows before. Like I had even thrown shows and was hosting.
yeah,
And I had a lot of fun. I made money doing that and it was cool. You know, I did it here in Ohio and you know what I mean, it was fine. You know what I mean? I loved it. Um, but you know, that was mostly people around me. Like I wasn't doing nothing big. I just wanted to have fun, you know what I mean? I was getting drunk and like, you know, I was just messing around, having fun being young. And so the older we got, you know, like I said, Kirk has been a part of this for probably, 10 years,
yeah,
maybe even a little longer than that. Like I'm not gonna lie. Um, Me and him were talking earlier, and he was like, the crazy thing about everything that we got going on is like it all started with you sending a voicemail to my phone, and that was like because there was another person I was dealing with making music, and I moved back to South Carolina when I was 21, and this person they just really wasn't moving or whatever. And I just wanted somebody to hear it that was going to listen. This person wasn't trying to hear me. So I just called my cousin. I called Kirk and left the voicemail on his phone. And he called me back and was like, yo, that was you? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, yo, what you doing?
yeah,
And I was like, oh, I'm chilling in the living room right now. Like, I don't understand. Like, did you like it? And we just took off from there.
yeah,
He's like, yo, we gotta get this. Like, this is we gotta get this out here.
yeah.
Like, I didn't know you could do that. Like, I went to church with you. Like, you sung all the time. I didn't know you
I
could
went to
rap.
church with you.
You know what I mean? So we got people run with this, run with this. Let's go. This is
Yeah,
good stuff right here.
yeah,
So man, that's what that was, man. So that's what I mean. And like I said, it's been up from there. You know what I mean? And then when we met, you know how that went. Like, you know what I mean? Like
God
that
is good. God is good.
God is good. That was probably one of the most eye-opening times in my life.
Yeah, yeah. Same here,
It
man.
really, 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 yeah. It was because up until that point, man, with me and you, I was like, my cousin had been telling me about you, and I'm like, who is this dude? In my mind, I'm the dopest person he's ever heard. So I'm like, yo. Yo, who is this dude he keep talking about?
Right, right.
Who is Trail? Like, I don't know this guy. Like, I'm not gonna lie, first I started getting bothered. I'm like, all right, you know what?
Yeah,
We've been doing this for like 8 years. I don't know what this dude on. Talking
yeah,
about this other dude. Like, we working already.
yeah.
Then I met you, and it was like, okay. He ain't worried about me. Like,
Yeah.
he ain't think about me. He already moving. I apologize. So,
No, I apologize.
yeah, but we clicked, we met. You know what I mean? Like I said, I think the first studio session, what was it like? Was it 7 songs?
Something like that. One of the songs we couldn't.
6?
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah, it was something like that.
It was a few. It was a few, man. And that was crazy. I've never had that energy with nobody else.
Yeah,
And then then I found out, like I said, you weren't worried about me. I'm sitting here all worried because what I mean, they're telling
yeah.
me how dope you are. And I'm like, what I mean? So then I'm like,
I was just
find out, what I
connect.
mean? You just and it youngin. You know what I mean? I'm 31 right now. How old are you, man?
I just turned 27.
This man just took 20 something.
Yeah,
Just breaking my heart right now.
yeah.
Like, I'm an old man, son. Nah. But
Nah.
nah, man, you man, just everything is coming together like we knew it was gonna be great. You know what I mean? We knew it was gonna be great. I knew it was gonna be great
Yeah,
personally because I know how I am, who I am. But I've met so many amazing people and I've made so much amazing music. Um, I've been through so much. I've been through a lot of stuff, man. And
yeah,
y'all are gonna hear it in the music. I'm putting it out there for y'all to listen to. I
yeah.
promise it don't sound like anything else. This man knows. Um, because
Absolutely.
this man knows this. Just like his music, man. Like you'll learn something from him. Trust me. You gonna learn something from him.
I be chilling.
I promise you.
I tell everybody I just be
Man
chilling.
is
I be chilling. That's all, man. I be chilling. But
man, yeah, you be chilling, being top 20 and shit. But
I
nah.
appreciate it, man. Before we get out of here, again, I appreciate you joining us, man, for this interview.
For
I want
sure.
to ask one question. I don't think I've ever asked any of the other artists this, but what is one thing that you think we need more of and less of in hip hop?
Uh, what I think we need more of in hip hop is um honesty and like love. You know what I mean? There's a lot of perpetrators out here, and I feel like a lot of people get into the game of hip hop, the game of music, period, and they're not doing it for the love.
Yeah,
And I don't want to say that it's disrespectful, but it's become a money grab. So nobody's doing it for the love anymore. So if they see that it's working for somebody else, that's what they want to do.
right,
And they're scared of the long game. Like everybody wants to get their money now and then just, what I mean, hey, YOLO, you only live once. Like nobody's thinking about the future. Nobody's thinking, what I mean? Everybody's living for the moment. There's a difference between living for the moment and thinking about right now. It's a
right,
big
right.
difference. So I want to see more, what I mean? I want to see more real passion in hip hop, man. And um what I want to see less of is judgment.
Hmm.
What I want to see less judgment in hip hop.
Okay.
For the simple fact, for this right here, for this, if you love the game of hip hop and you truly study, that means you look at everything. You may even read about it. There is probably 100 documentaries on Netflix about music, and particularly hip hop, and everybody wants to make jokes and be funny. And I don't know if it's because the internet is popping now and you can get seen and recognized, and you get people looking at you, and you feel like people care because you post stuff.
Yeah.
But people make fun of the way that these guys dress, the way that people dress, the way that women dress, and it's just like, bro, whatever you want to do is your business. I have nothing to do with that. I'm not gonna comment on it. I'm not gonna make a post about it to try to get a reaction. That's not my business. That's not who I am. I don't need that kind of attention. So
Yeah.
I want to see more acceptance in hip hop, because if you go and you watch these documentaries from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and you see some of the things that these guys are wearing, it's like, bro, how are we talking about anybody in 2021
Yeah.
when you had guys back then walking around with like mink coats on, no shirts, gold chains, all oiled up like Tyrese, with 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 overalls on
Yeah.
and some dang, like, you know what I mean? Like, they used to dress wild, like mad, like crazy.
Yeah.
Like me, I'm not really that guy. Like, I just kind of like, I go to the store, if I like it and it fit, I buy it. It's
Yeah.
simple. You know what I mean? Like, my life ain't that complicated. You know what I mean? I don't
I
have a
feel you.
stylist and nothing like that. Mainly probably because I can't afford one right now because I'm still a little broke. But still,
I feel you.
just, I want to see more acceptance, man. Let people do what it is that they do, man. That's their business, man. Let them
Word.
live. Let them live. Stop judging everybody. That ain't for all of us to do anyway, man. Like, y'all, like, none of us are God. Like, you ain't got to see me at the end of the day for what you did. Like, I ain't.
Yeah.
When you close your eyes for good, you ain't got to worry about me. Like, I'm not gonna pop up like, haha. Hey, listen, you did some messed up stuff while you was down there. You can't be here, man. I'm gonna have to send you away. Like, that's not gonna be me. So do what you want to do, man. It's your life. You know what I mean? Let's stop being so judgy all the time, man. More acceptance, less, you know what I mean? Less drama too, man. Less drama. Let's try to be drama free out here, man. That ain't that stuff ain't
Reverend
about
Mo.
nothing. You know what I mean? Let's be grown about something. You know what I mean? Because listen, we're artists.
Yeah.
We're artists, and we're seeking to be the greatest in the world. And we want all these platforms. We want to be able to perform at these stadiums just like everybody else. You know what I mean? That's not the main goal, but that's, you know what I mean? Those kind of things pop up in mind. So it's like you see a lot of artists, you know what I mean? As soon as they start to get paid, man, as soon as they start to get recognized, something happens to them. They get gunned down, something like that. You know what I mean? So I feel like we need more love, man. Like, there's
Yeah.
no, you know what I mean? We gotta want to see each other be up.
Yeah.
Like, we can't look at another person. I ain't even gonna say like a particular skin color, because it ain't got nothing to do with skin color, it ain't got nothing to do with race. You should never look at another person and want them to have less, or be happy that they have less, and just like be all in their face with, with your, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. If you earned it and you shining, like, whatever, but don't make nobody feel bad, man. Don't judge nobody. Everybody don't have the same story. Everybody go through their own struggle.
Yeah.
And I feel like us artists, guys like us, we're blessed enough to be able to turn all that anger and pain and happiness and sadness and whatever, we're able to turn that into something beautiful, just like whatever Picasso felt when he was painting,
Right.
or whatever Michelangelo felt when he was doing, you know what I mean, sculpting or whatever he did. I don't know. I ain't a historian like that. I know their names, but
Yeah, I
but
feel you.
yeah, whatever they was feeling, they was able to get that out of them and put that down, and they turned it into something beautiful. And I feel like us as artists, we're able to do that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, man. I agree. The culture and the art form is definitely there for any and every expression, in my opinion, the safest way. You know what I'm saying? Get it out,
right,
be you, be authentic, be original. Um, but yeah, man, I appreciate you shedding that light on what the game and what hip hop may need less of, and more of, more acceptance, less judgment, less drama. I couldn't agree more, man. So thank you for shedding light on that. Again, this was
for
live
sure.
from you know, from the iNk Well, Permanent Ink, behalf of them, it's your boy Trail. We have Mo Soose with us today, man. Tell the folks where they can
Yes,
find you,
sir.
man.
Man, you can find me on Instagram at Mo Soose. I'm not gonna lie, I don't be on there like that. I mean, I don't have nothing against technology, but you know what I mean. But if you want to get a hold of me, I am on Instagram at Mo Soose, Facebook. I gotta get back on my Twitter stuff, man. But you could definitely get a hold of me. Shout out to my boy Trail from Permanent Ink. Thank y'all for having me on the Inkwell.
Yeah.
Shout out to my other guys from Permanent Ink. Your name just I missed it up. Where'd it go? Okay,
We
I'm not
got
gonna worry about it.
Jordan and
Yes,
John. Jordan and
my
John.
man, Jordan and John. Yeah, J Dank, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. I look forward to meeting y'all in person, man.
Oh yeah, bro.
Um, yeah. Get around more people that's about
Yeah,
it.
absolutely,
See if we
man.
can make some stuff happen, man.
Absolutely.
Um, yeah. But yeah, shout out to everybody who tuned in to watch. Y'all are great. I love y'all.
Yeah, bro. So that'll do it for tonight, man. You and the family be easy. Y'all be safe. And I get at you,
You
bro.
too, my man.
All right,
Oh,
peace.
for sure. Peace.